Normally I go through things, and I don't go through it alone. It have always been me and my fans. My fans have, it's like I'm here wrestling with my feelings, and I realize that the only way that I've managed to overcome certain feelings in the past 10 years is by sharing it with everyone, on social media. Well, with with no bad feelings whatsoever towards Sting, I must say that I am truly psychologically affected, by the way that I was treated at Sting. And it's slowly dawning on me that I shouldn't have been treated that way. It's something that I haven't sat with Lang or Evie, who are the masterminds behind Sting. I haven't sat with them and spoken to them about this. And it even hurts me to look into Evie's face and tell him how badly I was treated at Sting. Because he seems to be such a straightforward, beautiful soul that it's like I don't even want to bring it to him, but where do I go? I'm not able to say to my mom because she's not alive. I'm not able to say to my dad because he's not alive. My husband have divorced me. My children, you know them, they're crazy. So who do I really tell about how hurt I am at this moment? The thing about it, as the days unfold, I realize how badly sick I've been, in regards to my health and my well-being. Because unlike other artists, I had to travel out at the last minute. I was the last artist to flying for Sting. It took me 2 days of travel to reach Jamaica. Now, I have tried to share with you how much traveling was involved, but I realize you don't know half the story. First of all, I got my ticket like the day before I was supposed to travel. And I first had to take for about 45 minutes to Sacramento Airport. I waited at the airport for 3 hours. The plane was late, so I waited like about an extra hour, 1 hour, 20 minutes. Then I left from that airport to Las Vegas, where I was supposed to be there for like 1 hour. The plane was late again, and so I waited for another hour and a half or two. Then I left from Las Vegas to Fort Lauderdale. Before I reached Fort Lauderdale, before I left, I was told that the plane was canceled from Fort Lauderdale to Jamaica. I got in touch with Evie, and God knows he did his best to get me on another airline. But in order to reach Jamaica, I would have to land in Fort Lauderdale, then travel from Fort Lauderdale to another airport. So I arrived in Fort Lauderdale 6 hours after, because it took me 6 hours on the plane to arrive in Fort Lauderdale. Arrived in Fort Lauderdale, went through custom, baggages. I had to pick up my baggages, which was 4 suitcases, 2 carry-on, and my knapsack and all that. Then I had to travel from Fort Lauderdale to Miami, which is like 45 minutes away. Upon arriving at Miami, I had to go through custom all over again because it was not a connecting flight. I had to do everything all over. And then the flight was late again. I had to wait. Finally arrived in Jamaica. Went to the hotel, met with fans, met with everyone. And after I met with everyone, they told me in 2 hours they would pick me up, which was 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock came, no one came for me. Got in touch with FD, and FD finally sent someone to get me. Oh my gosh, the ride was horrifying. I was so scared. The driver was driving 120 miles per hour, and that was frightening to me. But overall, he did a good job. He got me to my destination safely, where I had to sit and wait for hours before I was able to perform. I believe that if I didn't contact the spirits and ask them what to do, I probably would still be sitting there, or I would not have performed at all, And, God told me, go up to the platform, which I did, which is a distance from my tent. And I went up there. I was up there for about another hour and a half before, I kept asking when I'm going to perform, and they finally gave me the mic. I don't even remember being introduced or anything. But overall, I must say that, I was totally paranoid, exhausted, tired, dehydrated, and I reached a point where I was totally hallucinating. Everything seemed so unreal. And looking back, I don't even know what happened to me. And it's not about being nervous. I was hungry, I was thirsty, I was tired, drained, perplexed, lost. I had no one there for me because we are all from the U.S., and my I wouldn't say opponent, because she's not my enemy. She's probably in a worse situation than me. But she had an entourage of about 20 people. I had no one. Because when I got chosen for Sting, I was the one who called out Queenie for Sting, for a clash basically, and Sting got in touch with Nuffy, who got in touch with me. Sicker Rhymes just blanked out like the next day and didn't talk to me. And I think I always agreed with him with whatever he chose. When he say take down your page, lock down your page for a month, remove 5,000 videos, go missing in action. Looking back, I'm like, how stupid could I have been? And then just posting a song on my page, and everyone going over to his page to know what's going on with Amari. It's just like, so I was on my own in Jamaica. Very traumatizing. And, what affects me is, after all that, someone should have noticed that something was wrong. I mean, the security guards, they had no right to treat me the way that they did. The security guards treated me so badly backstage. I mean, I know without a shadow of a doubt that I bought a lot of, if not money, attention to Sting this year. And even in a fragile state of mind, it worked to their advantage. But no one should have treated me the way that they did. I mean, it was like 5 security guards, cops. I remember seeing like 2 cops' uniform. And they strangled me. There was no reason to put their hand around my neck and totally strangled and suffocated me. I have lost a tremendous amount of weight, and I'm like this small. And I just don't understand why they needed so many people to hold me down. I just don't understand. I mean, I was treated unfairly on stage to begin with, because at no time I wanted to abandon the audience. I was just ready to entertain them. And they kept the mic away from me. They stopped me from having access to the mic. And when I sat down for a minute to retrieve my wig, I was waiting for my daughter to retrieve my wig. They informed the crowd that basically I did not want to perform anymore. I remember sitting there and hearing them saying that and getting up and going for the mic to tell the audience, no, I'm still here. But by then it was too late. The audience had turned against me. I don't know who they were booing, whether the promoters or booing me, but for sure I felt like it was me. I felt let down. I felt betrayed. I felt like, in my mind, I was like, where are my goodies? Nobody is shouting for me. Where are my goodies? I was betrayed because, at the last minute, people came on board that claimed that they were for me, that they were bringing busloads of crowds to see me. And in the end, I did not hear even a busload of crowd screaming for me. The crowd was definitely there, but they were not there for me. And you know what I noticed? Each artist bought at least 50 people with them to cheer for them. Amari had no one. So imagine each artist having 50 people to cheer for them, and different set of artists, 50 artists multiplied by 50 busload of people. I mean, I was up against the world, but I do know that Jamaica loved me when I step out there. But to be honest with you, I'm like Titanic. The booing did not affect me. What affected me is the way the security guards treated me. And I'm calling on Sting, to not allow these men to treat females in such fashion. I know that domestic violence is rampant in Jamaica, but to demonstrate it on an international platform with international artists from all around the world, it is definitely wrong. I am not the only female that is speaking against this. I mean, to the state of mind that I'm in and to how I've been treated, I definitely would not perform at Sting again. And I am afraid, totally afraid, to be involved in anything that has to do with dancehall music. I expect today to come out and say to everyone that I look forward to being Queen of Dancehall in 2023. But I rightfully give up this dream, and anyone that is willing to go for it, you're free to. Now I understand why the females in the industry are sick mentally. I mean, allegedly, Lisa Hype is in the hospital. Allegedly, there's this artist, she sings so well, and she always suffers from depression, and I do believe it is more than what they are facing personally, and I do wish Lisa Hype a speedy recovery. We are treated like dogs in this industry, and there's so much more that I want to say, but as time goes by, as I slowly remove myself from this industry, I will definitely tell you more. I do not want to be a part of this industry. And it's not that I'm going to say it, then come back and take it back. I will not. Because I've been to the pinnacle. Sting is like the pinnacle. And I see what it's like. At no point was I treated badly by Evie or by Lang. And Sting, wonderful stage. I mean, beautiful, well lighted up. I say lit it up. The crowd is, I must admit though, that Sting felt dead. And, but the performers were superb. Performers like Itana. And, the people though, they have diverted from wanting true reggae music to wanting bullshit, and that's exactly what they got from me, and it's viral. So what can I say? We cannot be too hard on the promoters because it's hard for them to predict what the people want. But at the last minute, I remember Nuffy saying something is missing for Sting. And the missing factors were the social media icons, and, I'm glad it's over. I'm glad it's over because hating is not a beautiful thing. I'm glad it's over because we're two females that have our personal, relationships with God, with mankind, with our loved ones, in relationships that we have to deal with. We have our personal relationship with our spouses and with ourselves, and I don't want to live on anyone. If I had gone with all the suggestions in regards to Sting, males would have won. They would have won in the context of, having their lyrics being spoken on stage, their lyrics being sang on stage, their form of dressing on stage. I remember wearing the soldier suit a couple of days before Sting because I wanted to be feminine. I remember, going at it with Nuffy because I didn't want to talk about killing anyone, or I didn't want to speak that way. I wanted to be me, The gatekeepers of dancehall, they are males, and they're devious, wicked, evil. They have no love or respect for women. I mean, being in dancehall is worse than being in a prison. They want you to have no say, no mind of your own. They turn people against each other. There are about 6 people in the dancehall industry that I totally detest. You know, you're talking about people and they're all friends. Lava, Rapper Crapper, Sicker Rhymes, Richie Feelings is a part of it too, believe it or not. Because like I say, when I was in Sicker Rhymes camp, Richie Feelings went online like he was programmed to say that Amari was going to win Sting. He even denied Spice. I don't know whether it's Gaza or not, but so many, these people believe that they are the gatekeepers, and we need to put a stop to that. You know, another person that is in the camp is Nuffy Don, you know, and you're basically under Nuffy regime. So he watches you like a hawk night and day. And if you say something that he think you should not have said, it then goes to Sicker Rhymes, and then it's like he's the father, you become the child, and your whole world come tumbling down. And you don't have to say much. You can just say, I didn't feel on coming on live today. And he just go back to Sicker Rhymes and say, remember I told you that Amari should go live, and this Queenie, well, she say she didn't feel like going. And then they tried to pull all the plugs from underneath you. I don't want to be a part of this. I do believe that I have fans out there that love and care for me, and fans that may even be silent during this catastrophe. This much I have to tell you, that as the days unfold, I realize that what I've been through in the past few days it's worse than the pandemic. I truly sympathize with all artists, females and males too, in the industry. And I hope you will forgive me for quote unquote embarrassing you, letting you down, not coming through for you. But the truth is, I never got a chance to rehearse. I was never told what music I would rehearse to. I never got a chance to perform my music. I never got a chance to rest. I never got a chance to think about anything, you know, and I'm not begging for your love. If you love me, you love me. If you don't, you don't. This much I will say, that you don't know what you mean to me. I would give it all to make sure that you are entertained. I know that a lot of you paid to be at Sting, and I know that I did come through. Whether you want to judge me or not, I was the greatest entertainer for Sting 2022. I wish you had a good laugh. Thanks to Footer Hype, you know, for removing the cloud and letting me feel a little light around here. I truly appreciate you. You know, watch his review on YouTube. In the meantime and between time, I look forward to putting my songs out there. I'm an artist that does dancehall, hip-hop, pop, the dancehall industry, it's just too harsh and cold for me. So I do hope you enjoy my other genres of music. I look forward to going to Africa, soon, and embracing reggae music in a more traditional way. It's sad to know that reggae is supposed to have originated from Jamaica, but it's more appreciated in its authenticated manner, or in its authentic manner in Africa, where it's more respected, and real, authentic, real. Anyway, guys, God bless you all. Thank you for watching my videos on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. But I just want you to remember that Sting 2022 was the most dramatic event of my entire life. I don't know when I'll ever be healed, but for now, I need to rest my mind. God bless you all. Take care. Bye.